There's another Nakud on the Parsha it says about Noach goes out of the Taivo, and he had with him wine. How did he do the wine? The Gemara in Sanhedrin says, how did he make it? The Sultan. Whole story, how he did the wine. He planted the wine this morning, and the same 5 minutes later came out the grapes. A whole story, with Kishuf and Tumah. A ganze Meise, whole story. Lemaisa, Chom, what did Chom do? He saw his father's error. He did something against his father. And what did Shem and Yefes do? They took a towel, they took a clothing, they took a sheet, they took a blanket, and they covered up the father. They covered him up. Noach heard afterwards, after he woke up, what happened. So he cursed out, he couldn't curse out Chom, because Chom, HaKadosh Baruch benched him when they came out of the Teva. He said, Ora Canaan, which came out of the Ora Canaan, will be Eved Avadim Yele Echov. What did Shem, Yefes get from the father? That they took the blanket and they covered the father. Who covered the father? Shem covered the father, or Yefet covered the father? The Pasuk says, Vayikach Shem v'Yefes. What does it mean, Vayikach Shem v'Yefes? Both of them did it. If two people do the same thing, why did it say Vayikach? Why doesn't it say Vayikchu? So Rashi says, Vayikach. What is Vayikach? Who did the mitzvah with all the merits? Who did the mitzvah with all the koyach? Shem. Yefes said, I'll help you. But lechatchila, who did the etzem mitzvah? Shem did it. Yefes did it in order to go with him. But Lamaisa, he didn't do the etzem mitzvah. Shem mit ametz b'mitzvah. Yoisa mi Yefes. Lekach, his children, they got the talis. What does talis mean? We wear talis. Someone has a talis, he has a shmira of a HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Today in Chutz Loetz, they bury everyone with the talis. In Etzol, you don't bury with the talis. I'll tell you two stories. Two stories about the talis. It's not the Gear, but since I'm talking about the talis, I said it before, I'll say it again now in English. There was once a Yid, which came from America a few years ago, and he wanted to be buried with the talis. I heard the story from the person Yid which works at Cheva Kadisha. He wanted to be buried with the talis. He left at Taivo, died in America, came here. Children have got money. Want to be buried Hazesim with the talis. Cheva Kadisha said, no, here we don't bury with the talis. I'll give you money. How much the children gave big sum of money. No, buried him with the talis. That's the end of the story. They came back home and they told the rabbi who was in charge of the Cheva Kadisha in Yerushalayim about 30 years ago. They read a story this morning. A Yid came from America and we buried with the talis. You mustn't bury with the talis in Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is a holy ground. But we buried, go back, open the grave, take out the talis. So at night they went back and whenever they did it, they went back and they pulled out the talis. That's one story. Another story, which heard from the same Cheva Kadisha, that they bought a nifter from Chutz Loetz, which died 100 years ago. 100 years ago. Long time ago. And they brought him from Chutz Loetz to Eretz Yisrael, and they saw that the whole body is bishleimus. Bishleimus. How can the whole body be 100 years ago? It wasn't a tzaddik Yisrael, it was a normal Yid. They found out that this Yid never ever spoke with his talis. Whenever he wore a talis, he never spoke with the talis. He davened, learned, but he never spoke, divrei nothing. Even when he had an elite, asked him what's his name, Yamoid Harav, he took the talis off. Moshe ben Yaakov, that's the name, put the talis back on. Bezel. He never spoke with his talis. Before his nifter, he left at Taivo, he was to be buried with the talis. The talis was a shmira for the whole body. When he came here, when he came here 30 years ago, they were born him then, Paskant, he should be buried with the talis. But the talis was a shmira for the whole body, like plastic around the whole body, kept the body. Bishleimus, bischus, he never spoke. He's like a shmira. That no, you couldn't, there was sort of the koiches zara couldn't come and do anything against the talis. Shame, what a mitzvah with a mitzvah, he got the mitzvah, is called on his name, Vayikach Shem vo Yefes. What did Yefes get? What did Yefes get? Let me tell you a story. It's not a story, it's written in Medrash, Megillas Esther. Medrash Megillas Esther brings down all the Rishonim against Klal Yisrael, which any tiny they did, they timed our way of wiping out Am Yisrael is better than the Rosha, which was beforehand. Cain killed Hevel. What is the help that Cain kills Hevel, says Paroi? Who came after Hevel? Shais. She's back to square one again. The whole reason why Cain killed Hevel, we spoke last week, because Hevel had two sisters, Cain had one sister. There was jealousy. Cain killed Hevel in order he should be the only Yoirish of Adam Rishon. After Cain killed Hevel, who came? Shais, back to square one again. He was the only child. Now there's two children. Shais, back to square one again. Paroi said, I'm better than Cain. I don't kill the fathers. I kill the children. Kola ben ayilot hayo oira tashlichu. I'll kill the children. And within the number of years, I'll wipe them out. And that's the end of Klal Yisrael. Chas v'chalila. That's what Paroi tied. Comes along Haman Orosha, and Haman says, Chi Paroi had sechel. Paroi had no sechel whatsoever. V'chi banim, they have daughters. I'm better. I'll take the whole Klal Yisrael, bonim, bonois, gvorim v'noshim, men and women, and I'll kill the whole of Klal Yisrael b'yoim echot. That's what Haman Orosha tied. Comes along Goy Gemokoik. That's what the Medrash Megillas Esther brings down. So what is the help to kill the children and the fathers and the mothers? Who helps them? HaKadosh Baruch Hu helps them. I'll start war with Melech Malchei Amlochem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what Goy Gemokoik says. Have a look in Yecheskel. Lamed Zayin, Lamed Ches, Lamed Tes. There'll be so many Goyim. There'll be so many millions and millions of it will take them half a year to bury them. They'll all get buried. Why? Why do they get buried? But they start with Hashem. They start with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why do they get buried? What's the answer? Because their grandfather, the great-grandfather 4,000 years ago, took a baguette and covered Noach, even though it was slowly small. Because Shem did a mitzvah. Cain did a mitzvah slowly small. Aval Pikein, it says that Yefes will get a kvura 4,000 years later. Why? Because his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather 4,000 years ago took the baguette and covered up Noach. From here we see how much sachar does every Yid have. Cain, Hevel, Yefes, Shem, what they did, one mitzvah, two mitzvahs, Nebuchadnezzar did walking. We can't understand. We can't understand how much sachar people get, a Yid gets. Allah has kamo v'kamo. We do mitzvahs. We do masim tovim. We do chesed. We do tefillah. Avas Hashem. Avas Hazulas. Think about the other Yid. Daven for the other Yid. Help the other Yid. Go with the other Yid. Look up at the other Yid. Ein Taivo. Think about the other Yid positive. Don't think about the other Yid negative. We go together with such Avas Hashem. That's enough gemina between Doa Mabul and Doa Flogo. Doa Mabul, that kina, sinner, fighting, machloikas. Hashem says, I don't these people to be in my garden. Get out of here. So put the Mabul and wipe them out. Doa Flogo, even though they built a building to go against HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to make a war, Kavi Ochel, against HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Medrash brings down, when someone fell down from the top, they said, if it doesn't matter. But if a brick, a stone fell down from the top, why? They started crying. Why? It took 1 year to go up to the top of the mountain. 1 year to come to the top of the tower which they built. And why did HaKadosh keep them? Because they had Achdus, Avo, Achva, Ichud Levovois, together. Yisrael v'Oraisa v'Kudshu Brichu Chad. We are one nation. We are one family. How much people do for their brothers? How much people do for the sisters? How much a person do for his father, mother, grandfather, grandmother? We're all one family. The whole Klal Yisrael is one family. We do for everyone. Tefillah, Bakosho, Chesed, Bezat Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be Merachem Aleinu, will take us all out from the Golos. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be with us, help us, give us Koiches, Brocho, and Atzlocho, and Siyata Dishmaya. Will all be Zoicha sein, Bezat Hashem. Ki Ein B'Ein, Yiru B'Shuv Hashem B'Tzion. Will all be Zoicha to see very close, B'Shech Tzidkenu, B'Siyata Dishmaya, and Chaim Tovim Baruchim. Will all be able to be Zoicha sein, to be B'Kabel B'Shech Tzidkenu, B'Toich Rachamim, Chasodim, G'doilim B'Merubim, B'Mheira V'Yomeinu, Omen V'Omen.